Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Denise. Today we're going to talk about circumstances, and more importantly, we're going to talk about why your reality keeps reflecting back that you don't have your manifestation. So there's a lot of comments that I get, and obviously working with many clients, but a lot in the comments lately has been focused on I have been and I still don't. I've been working on and I still am not. And so we're going to talk about that. And this is where you come to understand that your whole objective here is to stop identifying yourself based on your circumstances, based on the reflection, based on what you're seeing in what you call your reality, your 3D experience. Okay. This is what we've been getting at. This is where we started from and where we've been trying to go this whole time. And I say this for myself too, because I also, while in the very beginning, I understood the simplicity of it. I created this whole maze and path and journey that I thought was necessary to get back to right where I started. Sometimes we go so deep, we touch the bottom and we end up at the surface again. And that's where the answer always was the whole time. So, I know you've all heard circumstances don't matter, they're irrelevant, just ignore them, blah, 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 blah. Even I've said it 100 times, probably more. But, it's not just a thing we're saying. It's not just something to throw out there, and it's not something to be taken lightly or to just skate over. Because I get a lot of, yeah, I know, but, and it's like, that's it. It's the knowing that the circumstances you are currently experiencing or thinking about or focusing on or whatever, the circumstances, the reflection, the reality, it is all the projection or the outpicturing of who you have been saying you are. So if you continue to observe those circumstances and then define yourself based on what you're observing, you will continue to experience the same thing. The circumstances will stay the same. And so this is the part where you break free in awareness from defining yourself based on your circumstances. The circumstances themselves have no power. They have no creative power. They have no defining power. They have no power at all. They're a reflection. They're just a reflection. Just like when you put on clothes and you stand in front of the mirror, you can't change your clothes in that reflection. You have to go back to the source and put on different clothes. It's the same thing with these circumstances. You can't change them through them. That's why we say they don't matter. That's why we say ignore them. That's why we say, decide who you are, even with them there, in spite of them, despite them. I don't know I never know which one to use and when to use it. You guys know me and my English language, which is the only language I speak, but whatever. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, but like even that for an example, if I allowed that to define myself as unintelligent or not good enough, right? That would create those experiences in my reality. And I just say, whatever, I don't care. It's fine. I play with it and it's fun and it's a joke and blah, blah, blah. I know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. Everything's all good, right? Like, but it's doing that with all of it. All of it. Okay, you're manifesting a specific person. They're in no contact. They're not reaching out or they're not responding and you're reaching out. Whatever. And you continue to look at those circumstances and say, it's not working. I'm not chosen. They still don't want me. I'm alone. I'm sad. You continue to I am yourself based on the reflection, based on those circumstances. And that's why they appear to have power. It's not the circumstances that have the power. It's not those circumstances you need to change. It's nothing out there. It's the fact that you, as source, keep observing those circumstances and then going, yep, it's true. They still don't want me. Or it's true, the money is still not in the bank. I am suffering. I am struggling. I am poor. I am broke. I am having a hard time paying my bills. While all of that may be fact in terms of it's what you're seeing in the reflection, as the source of all that exists as the creator, as the operant power, it's your job to now start declaring yourself how you choose to be, not how you're seeing in the reflection, not what you're seeing in the reflection. That's where you have to stop. That's what that, in psychology they call it maybe it's not psychology. They call it the feedback loop, where the reticular activating system is continuing to process what you're saying, and thus you see what you are processing, what you're thinking, and what you keep focusing on, and then you support it in here again. It's the same concept. It's that you continue to look at the reflection. And like I said, well, here for an example, someone commented, that they've learned so much, but they are yet to manifest their desires. And they are still working toward embracing I am unconditionally. It's in that. Stop saying that. I am yet to manifest my desires. So when I say that, when you say that, when we say I am yet to manifest my desires, the reflection has to show that. It can't show you the manifestation of your desires. It's going to show you still manifesting, yet to see it, yet to manifest. So that's what it's showing you, right? Same thing with, what did they say? I forget so quickly. I'm still working toward embracing I am unconditionally. The irony with that is that you are using I am to say you're still trying to understand or embrace I am. You're always embracing I am unconditionally. It comes down to what's the content of what you're stating you are. What are you declaring as true for you? You're not struggling to embrace I am. You're just not choosing to use it the way you prefer. You're using I am in accordance with the reflection. And at the same time, you don't like that reflection. So that's where you go back to source and you start saying, oh no, I am consistently focused or deciding or declaring that I'm everything I want to be. I am living my dream life. I am in the relationship I desire. I am the creator. I am the one and only source of all that is. I am wealthy, healthy, abundant, thriving. I am fulfilled, whatever it is, right? But that's the whole point. It's that it's always working and you're always doing it. You are fully embracing I am, but you're choosing to I am yourself as one who is yet to manifest their desires and struggling to use I am. But you are. And that's why you're seeing the non-manifestation of your desires. And that's why you're feeling like you're not embracing I am, because you think you're supposed to be doing it differently, or that there's supposed to be some profound, right? You think that the reflection's going to change for you. And until the reflection changes, you must be doing something wrong. But it's that the reflection can't change. It comes from the source. So you start declaring that you are who you've wanted to be. I am fulfilled. I am living my dream life. I am in the relationship of my dreams. I am wildly and deeply in love, or, again, whatever. I can give all sorts of examples. It's not about the words we're using. It's about what it's about what you're saying you are. So again, when you declare, when you I am yourself, the reflection has to show what you're saying. So I am manifesting whatever, fill in the blank. I am struggling. I am this, I am that. That the reflection, it's as you wish, master. It's going to show you whatever you say you are. So you can't continue to say that you're trying, or that you're struggling, or that you've yet to see it, or that even, I'm not seeing the changes I want. I'm not experiencing what I want. I must be doing something wrong. I'm not good enough at this. I haven't learned how to yet. I don't know what I'm missing. All of that stuff. You are being the operant power when you do that. You're creating what you don't want. You're focusing toward, you're I aming yourself in terms of some kind of lack, which is just an illusion because even what you're saying you are is being fulfilled. There always only is fulfillment. But if you say, I am broke, well, as you wish, here it is. Here's the reflection of that. Here's the fulfillment of your declaration of I am. That's all it is, right? The reflection can't show you in a relationship with your specific person. If you keep saying, I'm still manifesting a relationship with my person, it can't. Or if you're saying, I'm in no contact with my person, or I am rejected by my person, it can only show you that. It can only show you that. It is your servant in that sense. It is, you are the master of the reflection. But you continue to look at the reflection and allow it to trick you into thinking it's the master. You're giving it all your power. You're still in control. You're still the one that is, it's still your power. It's only you. But you're under this illusion that out there has the power and that's deciding for you and that needs to change and that's not, listening because you must be doing something wrong or you must be missing something. But until you start saying, I am in the relationship of my dreams, you're not going to see it in your reality. Or, it's not, I'm not saying those are the exact words you need to say, but it's until you accept that you already are that which you desire. And that doesn't mean you're pretending you see it in the reflection. That's a huge misconception. You're not pretending you see it. You're not trying to trick yourself that it's out there. You're embracing and knowing that if you can be aware of it, it exists for you, right? You are awareness. Awareness is existence. Existence is awareness. They need each other. They're synonymous in terms of it requires awareness to exist, and if you exist, you have awareness. They can't exist without one another. It's essentially the same thing. And so you are awareness. All of existence exists within awareness. So there's nothing that's not available to you. Nothing at all, right? It's all within. So you're not saying, I see it in the reflection. I walk in my front door and there's my SP every day. And I know that. And that's what I'm deciding. And then walking in your door and not seeing them and going, oh, but they are. I insist, they are. You're not doing that. You're knowing that you can be aware of it. Therefore, it's available to you. You have it in what we would call the kingdom of heaven. You have it in awareness. You have it at the source of the reflection. That's what you're knowing. You're knowing that it's yours because you can conceptualize it. You don't even have to imagine it vividly. I try not to use that word as much anymore, but it's that, right? Because you can conceptualize it, because you can utter or think the statement, I would like to have, or I want, or I wish I was, or whatever, it would be cool if, that means it's available to you. Just because you have the awareness of its existence, which its existence in awareness, and then the reality reflects it back as you allow yourself permission to assume that that's who you are, that that's yours. It really is. It goes back to that video a couple videos ago about you're trading in what you've been valuing. You're no longer valuing this reflection, these circumstances, this reality, this 3D. You're no longer allowing it to define, dictate, determine, or decree who you are. You're dropping all of that. You're seeing it and it's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't define you. Only you can define you. Only you as awareness can define who you are, what experience you're having, even how you're feeling and what you're thinking. It's all coming from you. And so as you allow yourself to be that operant power and to trust and know that just based on how reflections work, how even physics works in this manifested reality, you will see it out there. Don't worry about that part. Focus on the source. Focus from within. Focus through awareness, because that's where it all comes from anyway. All right? Okay. There's my video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.